Life Camp Inc.
And I am Tracy Queen, the credible clinician at Life Camp Inc.
Greetings, everyone. We are
Greetings.
so excited to have everyone here for the last Wellness Wednesday of 2020.
Wow.
You know, it's funny, Queen, I think about when we first started this at the height of coronavirus, when the pandemic first hit, and here we are today, still going strong. I don't even remember how many weeks it's been, but I am just so grateful to be here with you and to be partners in wellness with you.
Yes, thank you. I as well. Ditto, as they say.
Yes, indeed. So a couple of things, you know, today we want to continue our momentum from Feel Good Fridays. And today we are talking about the solar plexus or the digestive system. This really represents your gut, your willpower. It represents your self-esteem, your personality, and self-motivation. It's represented by the color yellow, as you can see. Look at these beautiful flowers.
Oh, those are gorgeous.
Yeah. And so today, you know, we want to talk about trusting your gut. As we close out this year and we think about all of the things that have gone on in 2020, people being riddled with uncertainty, you know, the fear of loss, the grief that comes with loss, but most importantly, well, not even most importantly, but the fear of the unknown. Today, we want to talk about trusting your gut, because as you go into 2020, it's going to be really important that your internal compass is strong. You know what I mean? That's going to be so critical, right? I mean, think about how many times people called you, Tracy, to say, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. What do you think I should do? Or what's going to happen next? Can you give me some insight, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I actually always say, well, what is your gut feeling?
Right.
Yes.
And if your gut is not clear, if you're not clear, the gut is like a second brain, right? It's a whole system. It's a whole digestional system, you know, but it's a gastrointestinal system
Yes.
that of hormones and nerves. So it really does have a mind of its own. And when it's clean and clear, you can really tap in and listen to it and know that your intuition or your gut is correct, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you even feel lighter. You even feel lighter.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So, so can you think of a time when your gut was telling you something and you didn't listen and you said, dang, I should have trusted my gut. Something told me and I didn't listen.
That happens in relationships.
Talk about it, Queen. I don't know if Jada is recording this last one of 2020, but Jada, if you're listening, make sure we're recording. But go ahead, Queen.
Yeah, you know, I can think of not just one time where in my gut, you know, it was saying one thing, and you know, I went with the first brain and instead of the second brain, but in actuality, the second brain, the gut, really should be called the first brain, because the gut rules, and we don't listen to it. So it can almost get you in trouble when you don't follow your gut.
Yeah, but wait, I want to hear the juice about what you didn't listen to.
Oh God.
Yeah. If you got to think too hard, that means you don't want to share.
Sometimes you see signs, you know, and your gut is telling you like, and you just move forward anyway, without going into any details.
Juice, right? But, without increasing the ratings with the juice of
your this is a family show.
But you know what you say is so true, and I remember even when COVID first started, a lot of people got into relationships because they knew we were about to shelter in place. So it was like, you know, cuffing season on steroids, right? Because people knew that we were going to be sheltered in and locked down for a long time. So even, you know, like my phone started ringing with like, I had to be like, hey, how you been?
That's funny.
Thank you. I trusted my gut, and I'm so glad I did, because I really needed that time with myself.
Yes.
and not the distraction of all types of other energy, just to really get clear on what it was that I needed to do for me and honor myself, and even be in practice of strengthening my own will and my purpose, because the gut is also where your purpose lives. And when you have confidence and you're clear in the knowing of who you are, you're more powerful in your purpose, and you do things on purpose, you know, as opposed to reacting. So yeah, we want to talk about that. There were people who went out to parties and events, and their gut might have said, you know, people aren't wearing masks, people are talking, you know, people are they're not they're talking while they're eating, right? So I go to a restaurant, because when restaurants opened up for a minute, and they say wear your mask. So you wear your mask and you go inside, then you sit down and start eating. And then I noticed that as soon as people took off their masks and start eating, they would start talking while they were eating. Then they didn't put the mask back on. And then it was like everybody's talking. So I'm like, well, what are we doing?
Right.
And so the other day, I went to get something to eat with two of my close friends. And we went into the spot, and the room, there were no windows. And it was like a big room. And it was so crowded. And no one had a mask on because everybody was eating and talking. And one of my friends was like really hungry. And, she was like, come on, it's okay, I'm hungry. And I'm like, my gut is telling me. And I didn't go in. And, whatever, I might have been the party pooper, but I am COVID free and happy to say that I'm glad I honored my gut, because I think that was a super spreader event. And so it's important to honor yourself. It's important not to be a people pleaser. That's also what this area of the body is
Yeah,
about.
absolutely, Queen. Say it again.
It's important not to be a people pleaser,
Yeah.
especially now. Honor yourself. If you don't feel comfortable, or you feel like you need to cover up, like stay home or protect yourself. Like self-preservation is key in this day and time, So, and being a people pleaser leads to you being a victim. Right? Doing something to please someone else is going to leave you with regret or put you in a situation where you're vulnerable. And then you have a victim mentality of they did this to me, or this is always happening to me. And more times than not, it's because we didn't honor ourselves, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't help your self-esteem either when you're a people pleaser.
Good point, because the self-esteem also deals with this area of the body. This is the area between above the navel and below the breastbone. This is the solar plexus. Solar with the sun energy, a symbol of power. It's where the yellow is about determination, courage, happiness, confidence. You know what I mean? So this right here, this is the gut, and this is what we want to trust. This is where you feel it. When you feel like something's not right, you feel it right here, right?
Yes, all the time.
Indigestion, you get an upset stomach, you get nausea, you can't eat because it happens right here. Yes. So we want to talk about how to trust your gut. And in order to do that, of course, you have to first get in alignment. You got to alkalize the body, and you have to remind yourself of who you are. And so we say align, alkaline, remind. Say it again. Align, alkaline, remind. One more time. Align, alkaline, remind. You and me. Tracy Queen.
Align, alkaline, remind. Let's get green.
So we want to get in alignment. My gut is telling me something right now, so I'm going to call an audible, like they say in sports. We were so busy working to finish our meetings for the end of the year. We did some giveaways for the community. And for those of you who don't know, we literally hopped into our seats and turned on. But the one thing we didn't do is a sound check. So I just want folks on social media to just let me know if the sound is good, because I don't have my headsets on. And I know in the past when I don't use my headset, sometimes it sounds a little wild. Okay, so I'm getting indications that we're good. All right, we're going to continue. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I just honored myself because, my gut said, oh, did we do sound? The last time the sound was crazy. Another mind said, oh, don't interrupt the flow of the show. So that would have been people pleasing and not really making a self-honoring choice. And I'm so glad that I did. And that's a perfect example in real time. And so let's get in alignment with a gut cleansing exercise. So Trey, talk about what we can do to keep the gut clean and clear so that we can really hear and receive our intuition.
Yes, thank you for that. We are going to do what's called the process of elimination.
Hey,
So, we have all the waste in our large intestines, and we want to properly release that,
yeah,
eliminate that.
yeah,
So, we are going to sit up in our seats, right? And first, let's get our spine straight. So, we're going to put our shoulders up to our ears. We're going to put our shoulders back and down. And now we are going to take
quick.
up, beg your pardon?
Can I offer something? When
Yeah.
you put your shoulders up, that's inhale. Inhale up, exhale back, exhale down.
Okay.
Everything happens with the breath. So the breath also gives you power. I just wanted to add that. Thank you, Queen. Sorry
Yeah,
about
that's okay. So now we are going to put both our arms up,
that.
football style,
Yes.
right? Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Okay. And while we're here, we're going to inhale, and then we're going to turn to the left. And when we turn to the left, we're going to exhale. Okay.
Okay.
So right now, and we're going to do it 4 times. We're going to do it to the left and to the right, and then to the left and to the right. Okay.
Okay.
So on the
Okay.
count of 3.
So now what is this for? What are we doing this for? Do you just do this when you're sitting down? Like when
No, this is when you are in the bathroom
yeah,
and you need to eliminate properly. This
yes.
is going into that churn is going to make your elimination smooth sailing.
It's gonna make it come out like soft serve.
Oh,
Look,
yes, to get graphic, soft serve. So come on, let's do it.
yes, let's do it.
All right. Arms up.
Yes.
Inhale.
Lily rock.
Inhale. Move to the left. Exhale. Back to the center. Inhale. To the right. Exhale. Back to center. Inhale. To the left. Exhale. Back to the center. Inhale. And to the right. Exhale. Come back to center and slowly put your arms down.
I love
Now, of
it.
course, if you're in the bathroom, you can go faster. You can go just twist and just twist, right?
And you know what else too? It's also good to have your feet elevated.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's good to have a stool. I have a footstool that I
Yeah.
keep in the bathroom.
So you can put your feet on a stool so that your legs are up, because that also helps to open up your intestines so that you really are like bringing out your intestines when you do that. If you sit like this, on the toilet, or you like this, you're actually stopping the ability to really have a good cleanse. And we
Right.
know the immune system lives in the gut. So when you eat all of the processed foods, your holiday meats, your cheeses, your cakes, right? All of that stuff sits. And when it's sitting and it gets hard and it's blocking you, it's hard to think. It's hard to really hear your gut because you really don't know what's happening. You don't know what's talking, what's giving you insight, right? It could be that fermented cheese from 2 weeks ago, right? A hamburger from last week or 4 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sitting on the base. And so also think about the fact that when your intestines are like signals, so you want to definitely allow the signals to communicate properly so you get the messages, because again, you want to eliminate fear, you want to have confidence going into the new year. And so it starts with something simple like, I love that.
Right. And also, don't take a newspaper or magazine. Like, I never understood that, but people do that. Like, if you start doing the twist and focusing, it shouldn't take long. It shouldn't be a news. Well, people don't do newspapers anymore. Duh. You shouldn't have your phone or gadget. Like, just go and and do what you got to do.
You know what? That's so true because, you know, the other thing is, think about this. We're letting go of what no longer serves us in this season. And so when you're in the process of eliminating, you want to actually be mindful. If
Exactly.
there's a relationship that you want to really just disconnect from and let go of that pull, if there is weight that you want to lose, if there's an energy that you're carrying, a fear or uncertainty, you want to get rid of that. So the mindfulness of whatever it is, you know, you're bringing it up to the mind and then you're seeing it leave your body.
Right.
You know, is real powerful, and it's something that you can also do because you want to get your power back. So now we want to get into alignment with something that's going to actually heal the gut from the inside. And so I thought it would be great to bring back our aloe. You know, listen, this year was kind of gangster.
You and your aloe challenge.
Come on, Queen. Look, it would not be 2020 if we didn't end how we started, right? And what we started with was the Eat Aloe Challenge, because you know what? Aloe has what, 73, 75 vitamins and minerals. It's like a one-stop shop for those of you who have not seen. And I'm not talking about the potted plant. I'm talking about the aloe leaf that you buy in the produce store, because many of you texted me and was like, can I use the plant in my house? No, don't do that. Use the aloe for consumption in the produce store. But aloe has like 75 vitamins and minerals. So first of all, it's chock full of nutrients, right? And in addition, aloe cleans the blood. Aloe cleans the digestive system. Aloe reduces inflammation. Aloe regulates blood sugar. Did I leave anything out, Queen? I can't hear you. You're muted.
B12 for energy.
Energy.
Vitamin E for your skin.
That's why it's good for the skin, hair, and nails. That's how most people know aloe, for the skin, hair, and nails. But aloe truly is a one-stop shop.
It is.
So, in the spirit of trusting the gut, in the spirit of letting go of something that no longer serves you, we want to continue the Eat Aloe Challenge coming into the new year. And so anybody who knows us knows that we are all for eating aloe vera raw. And again, shout out to our brother Supernova Slam, because between him and you, Tracy Queen, I remember back in the day when we were on Kingston Avenue in Brooklyn, y'all would just have this whole leaf and just be like eating sandwich, okay? So Queen, you got your aloe?
On deck.
Okay, so on a count of three,
okay.
Challenge, we are reviving it for 2021.
Yes.
And we invite you to do, let me just show you first. I already washed this, but I take some apple cider vinegar, or you can take a lemon, cut it open. I'll just use the lemon here since I'm not over the sink. And I've washed this already, but I just want to show you. You can take the lemon juice and literally clean the skin, right? You want to clean both sides of the aloe. Again, I've already washed this, so now it's just going to taste nice and lemony. I'm not even going to rinse it because I like the lemon flavor. But you would clean it, rinse it off. And then what you want to do is you want to cut the rind. This is the white part, so you want to cut that off, right? Save this because the gel you can use to make a hair gel. And then you just want to cut it into pieces that you know you can put in your juicer or blender. The other thing that's most important is you want to cut off the thorns on either side, because you don't want the thorns in your mouth. That might be difficult on the digestive system. So you remove the thorns, you clean it. Again, I clean it with apple cider vinegar or lemon, whatever is available to me. And then what I do is I rinse it with water. I do that a couple of times because it's sitting out in the produce section. And I cut off the thorns and the rinds. And then basically I eat it. So we're gonna do two things. We're gonna eat it raw, and then we're also gonna put it in the juicer and make a drink. Because again, you know, 2020 is over, but that doesn't mean that 2021 is not going to come with its own set of challenges, right? So we don't want to, you know, we don't want to sleep on 2021 now, right?
Gotta go in strong.
Trying to give us an opportunity to learn, to stretch, and to grow, right? So we want to make sure we make good on the practice test that we just had. And so again, we just slice it even slices like this so it can go into the juicer nice and easy. Okay, make another slice here. And so I've got my slices. And before I do anything, again, in the spirit of you and me and how we started, I want to do a little tribute. So to all of you out there, we are reviving the Eat Aloe Vera Challenge. And it looks like wash off your aloe, cut a piece, cut off the thorns. And the challenge is to eat it like it's a delicious piece of candy. That means you can't, frown. You got to smile. You got to say, it's good. And that's the challenge. And the beautiful part about that is you're tricking your mind. Look, if you could take a shot of whiskey, I'm sure it doesn't go down easy. So we're going to do the same thing except to clean the blood, to clean the digestive system, and to get our gut right. So on the count of 3, Tracy Queen, the Eat Aloe Challenge. On the count of 1, 2, 3, and yum. Mild. Oh, don't we make it look delicious? Crunchy, chewy. We dare you. Eat Aloe Vera Challenge. It's crunchy. It's juicy. I'm so excited. I feel my blood getting cleansed. I feel my digestive system waking up. That was good. You good, Queen? You still chewing?
Still chewing. I like the skin.
All good. And that's where a lot of the nutrients are. So most people that eat aloe, they eat the gel, but they actually don't eat the skin. And the skin is where a lot of the nutrients are. Can you pass me that bag? So now I'm gonna juice it. For those of you who are like, Kep, I feel you, but I ain't really trying to eat no aloe. That was real gangster. We're gonna juice it. I'm just putting this bag inside because it tends to get a little messy. But again, 2021, we're not playing, We learned the hard way. We want to get rid of pre-existing conditions. We want to revitalize ourselves, bring ourselves back to life, bring vibrancy into our bodies, make ourselves juicy again, rebirth our ideas, and restore our self-confidence. And you can't do that with a queasy gut. So the other thing that we're pulling out is some fresh pineapple. That was good. So Trey, let's talk about pineapple. We call it the happy fruit.
Yes, we call it the happy fruit. It's loaded with antioxidants. Vitamin C.
Yes.
Vitamin C. What's our friend's name?
Serotonin. Serotonin is our friend. Serotonin is the hormone that actually activates good feelings.
Yes.
Serotonin is a hormone in the body that helps you to relax.
Yes.
And so we've got aloe vera for the blood, for the digestive system. We've got pineapples, which have our vitamin C, and pineapple
fiber, a little fiber.
Lots of fiber. So we're talking about feeling good. We're talking about being good in our gut, developing our confidence, being sure of ourselves, And so on Friday, if you joined me on Feel Good Fridays on Tamika Mallory's Instagram, I called this, well, I'll tell you the drink in a minute. Here we go. Pineapples. Anything else you want to say about pineapples, Queen, or aloe vera?
It has vitamin B6. Also good for energy. It has folate. And, for those who might be, with child, you want to have your pineapple. It has folate in it. I said antioxidants. I said it's full of antioxidants, right? Amino acids.
Wonderful.
You hear me?
So now, we're going to take our drink. Once we've made our mixture, I had a glass jar. Oh, here it is. So you can take like a carafe or a glass jar once you've made your mixture. And you can pour it in a jar.
That looks so good, Queen.
Right?
Super yummy.
Yes. Okay. And you dilute it with water. One, because you want it to last, and two, because this is really strong. So,
Okay, how much water?
I mean, I do half and half. So figure that it was this. Look, I felt like grandma. It was this much juice, so we're gonna do this much water. So that's about good right there. A little bit more. It's good. So you're just diluting it 50-50, you know? And you stir it up and drink it. So here is to trusting our gut, restoring our vitality. Let's take that off. Yeah, baby. I broke the lid. This is 2020 for you, right?
Okay.
Everything must go.
Please.
Right? So, what a phenomenal year this has been. You know, my teachers, I have so many amazing teachers, from Queen Afua, who we share as a teacher, to, you know, Erica Ford, our parents, the Landmark Education, University of Santa Monica. I'm about to get my training complete in spiritual psychology. I'm so excited.
Congratulations, Queen.
Thank you. But
That's
what
amazing.
Thank you. And I'm just really excited. Again, my gut is telling me to remove this blue bottle because it don't look good in my backgrounds. I just want to move it. I'm totally like really in my zone right now. I'm really in a space of like honoring myself. I'm really in a space of doing what it is that I feel in my gut that feels right. And unapologetically and humbly, you know, part of honoring the gut is also self-confidence, but self-confidence with humility, not self-confidence from a place of arrogance, just like really being good with who you are, being good with your decisions, you know? So on Friday, I called this the purple passion. And people were like, well, Kepra, why did you call it pineapple passion? Excuse me, what was on my mind? Watching Prince late at night. But I call this pineapple passion. And people were like, well, I thought that was the sacral chakra with passion and pleasure. But what I meant was, one, pineapple being the happy fruit. Two, I'm talking about what's going to give you the passion, the drive, the motivation to go after your goals, to really move forward with confidence and certainty and purpose. And so that's why I call it that, because it feels really good. You know, when you're passionate about your goals, Queen, you know, or you're passionate about your decision, and it gives you such motivation that you have a lot of drive.
Yes.
Right? And so here is to the pineapple passion, celebrating the new year. And I want to give a toast to you, Queen. I want to give a money shot. So if you can catch that right here, I'm gonna do like D Nice, and I'm gonna hold it up and say cheers so we can catch that shot.
Cheers. H2O in the house.
Yes, yes. And talk about what you're drinking, Queen, and why you're toasting with water.
I am drinking H2O, aka water.
All right. So here we go.
Everything.
Here's to confidence, to trust in our gut, and to powerful decisions in 2021. Cheers.
Cheers.
Magnificent. This is magnificent. Let me tell you something. When you get to a point where you're really honoring your body, your palate shifts. So yeah, I taste the bitterness of the aloe, but I also taste the pineapple. But I know what it's doing to my skin, my hair, my nails. I know what it's doing to my gut. I know what it's doing to regulate my nervous system and give me good feelings inside. So I'm so enjoying this. And also, when you get to a point in your life when you shift, it's not so much what the surface of something is, it's what you know it's going to do for you, like a relationship. You know, the things that we used to find attractive, they shift over time, right? Because we know
Absolutely.
good for us. Drawn to them, and all of a sudden they're more delicious. So here's to all the delicious relationships that are so substantive and have strong foundation.
Yes. No shallowness.
Right. So, Queen, what's the good word for the last Wellness Wednesday of 2020?
Okay, I was about to say, what's the word? Johannesburg. But so it's a twist on Jay-Z's quote, and it is men lie, women lie, but your gut don't. Yes, honey. So in other words, stay sucker free, honey.
I love that. I love when you
Yes,
say
stay
that too.
sucker free 2021.
Yes, I love that, Queen. You know, it's so true, right? People are going to speak based on what is true for them. It may not necessarily be the absolute truth, right? There's your side, my side, and the truth, but your gut never lies. When you're really in tune with your gut, when your gut is clear and clean, you can trust it. You can trust it to make good decisions. You don't have to feel like you have to please everyone. You could be really okay with being the odd man out, with being a little unpopular for the sake of your truth, you know? And I love that. Somebody was asking me the other day, somebody was asking me about something on social media about a post, and they were like, well, how many likes did it get? And I was like, I really wasn't even looking at that. I just felt good about what I posted. And because of that, I just kind of walked away and let it go. And it still got a lot of likes, but I wasn't driven by that. I was just driven by the knowing and like the trust that like I wanted to do something and post something that was purposeful and meaningful. And when you can live your life like that, you actually are happier, you know?
Free
And
and free.
happiness and joy. And in the spirit of that, I would like to do a little bit of self acknowledgement for both of us. You know, a lot of times, especially as women, we do a lot. And not to take away from our men, let's be clear, this is not a versus men. I'm just a woman, and not just a woman, but I'm a woman, so I'm just speaking from my experience, you know, as a woman, as a mother, as a career woman, just like you, Tracy. But we do a lot. And you know, even for the brothers, if you're one of those people that's always doing and you don't take the time to celebrate your own victories, I also encourage you to do that, because there's nothing wrong with taking a minute to go, you know what? I did that. Well done, right? So, in the spirit of that, you know, when we started Wellness Wednesday, it was in a time of great uncertainty. We had no idea what was going to happen. People really thought the world as we knew it was over. And to some degree, it is, right? As things have changed. But there was so much uncertainty and so many people reaching out to us for wellness support. And we were literally on the phone 24/7, you know, taking phone calls, sending wellness tonics, creating opportunities for people to heal. And it got so overwhelming with the outreach that we were like, what could we do to reach as many people as possible and give them as many wellness tips as possible? And that's how Wellness Wednesday was born, I believe, at the end of March of this year. And it was an uncertain time, but we just trusted our gut and we just went with it. You know, there was no scripting and, you know, there was no TV studio. We just basically turned on the ring lights and the Zoom and made it happen, worked with whatever was in our kitchen and brought our best selves. And to that end, I want us to be celebrated. So, Queen, get yours, and I'm going to get mine. And we're going to start with you. I want you to show everyone. I just want to start with Tracy Queen. Because of our work, the Queensborough president, the former Queensborough president, Sharon Lee, acknowledged both of us. And Tracy, you got a declaration of your work?
Yes, a declaration of honor.
Yes.
Yes.
The proclamation.
Yes.
I can't even tell you, like, it was so unexpected.
It was so unexpected. Like,
so huge. I don't, want to bore people with reading a long thing, but I can just say that it acknowledges Wellness Wednesday. It acknowledges the work that you and I did, that we basically the work, putting it out there through the support of Life Camp and Sharon Lee, the Queensborough president at that time, putting it out on the Queensborough president's office, Facebook, social media platforms, reaching 2.4 million people in the borough of Queens and providing wellness tips. I mean, what an honor. And at first,
Wait a minute, Kepra.
yeah,
Being very modest.
okay.
Because November 30th, from this day forth, is officially Kepra Cares Day. So don't leave that out.
Yeah, it
Your
does.
proclamation. Congratulations. Yes, so deserving, Queen. So deserving.
It does
Yes.
say, and
November 30th is Kepra Cares Day. Recognize.
give thanks. So we wanted to thank Sharon Lee.
Yes, thank you, Sharon.
She also trusted her gut. She went with something that she felt good about, that she knew would be beneficial to the residents of Queens. And she trusted us enough with the beloved residents of Queens to share what we knew, to bring our wellness tips, to help people that were battling coronavirus, to give words of encouragement. And she always showed up with a good word or a positive message, and even a couple of wellness tips, because she talked about putting the rosemary and lavender in the mask, you know. But we just want to thank you, Sharon Lee, for being such a ray of sunshine.
Yes.
We truly acknowledge and appreciate you. And we look forward to continuing this work with the new borough president, Donovan Richards of Queens. But to everyone who's watching on our network, you know, in New York City and throughout the country and parts of the world, we've been getting responses now from people in Japan and Germany. It's actually
wow.
And all I can say to that is that's what happens when you trust your gut, when you really honor yourself, when you are true to yourself, and you just do what feels right in here, you know, and you step out on purpose and you do everything you can to bring your best self to the table. You know, sometimes you can do something that can touch another soul or generate acknowledgement. And so we just wanted to thank everyone, to remind you that while 2020 is about to be behind us, we want you to look forward. We want you to be on purpose in your personal power and with passion. We want you to live your best life. And we will be back next week in 2021. So tune in. We're going to continue this wellness journey. Tracy Queen, I want to acknowledge you for being a phenomenal, credible clinician in New York City and beyond, for bringing so much wellness and healing to our communities impacted by trauma and in need of wellness. And you are more than a friend. You are just such a beautiful soul. And I'm so grateful for you.
Absolutely your divine reflection.
So thank you so much for everyone tuning in. Happy New Year to all of you. Make sure you keep yourself right, keep your gut light, you know, and hold your own personal light. Happy Wellness Wednesday.
Happy Wellness Wednesday.